Jason Hardy, BBC Radio Stoke.
Marti Pellow, how are you?
I'm fantastic. Put that song on again. Put that song on again.
I've got to flick around with things now. You're being awkward.
No, I mean, that's such an amazing song.
It's a brilliant song.
You know what? I remember back in the day when I had my first ever Sony Walkman.
Yeah.
Oh, you have put it on again.
How you see?
Good man.
Your wish is my command. I'm like your little genie.
Do you know what? I mean, that's a great state. That's a sign of a great station. They just do it.
Hey.
They just do it.
That's what we're like here. So
that's how you roll in Stoke.
We are the ones.
Do you know what? But no, I remember listening to it in my Sony Walkman.
Oh, Sony Walkman. You didn't have one of them. They were.
They're the bee's knees.
I think I've still got mine in the loft, you know.
Oh, man, no, it's so collectible.
They are very good.
I love it.
And did the tape get worn out?
Oh, it really did, and and that was one of the songs that was always played in it, and I remember it, listening to all my favourite artists on that Sony Walkman. Blew my mind.
Brilliant. Well, it's good to have you on the show this afternoon. I've been betted to say this, but with the weather today, did you get wet?
Oh, I see what you did there.
You see what I did?
You see that, and that's the beauty of live radio.
It is.
You could see it. That's your wit. It's so quick today.
Thanks.
It's so quick today.
So did you get wet?
Well, no. Because I just do my interviews and go straight right into my private jet. So, that's how. You're joking? I guess. Unfortunately, I did get caught in that in the rain. But hey. That's okay.
Excellent.
That's okay.
So you got a new album coming out then?
Yes, indeed I have. It's called Mysterious. I finished it pretty much just at the tail end of last year, and it's now ready for your listening pleasure. And
I was listening to it last night on my way home.
Oh yeah.
Very good, It's got a bit of an 80s vibe, though, I think.
Yeah, very much so. I wanted to keep it very much in that kind of late 70s, early 80s production, because I was so inspired by Quincy Jones' album, The Dude. And so there's a lot of kind of tipping my hat to the genre of music that you mentioned there, early 80s, late 70s,
Was that the reason you thought, right, I want to do a new album?
Sure.
Do I want to go back to our original kind of 80s? Because the 80s is kind of a big thing again, isn't it? Is that why you did it like this?
I'm not that smart. I'm not that smart. I just wanted to make a record, or I'm now at the stage where I know how to make a record like that. And so I wanted, once the song started to unfold, then I said, you know what, we'll stay in Los Angeles and we'll make it here. I just finished writing with Ali Willis, and she had written, people will be familiar with her work through Earth, Wind and Fire, like Boogie Wonderland,
what a great band.
Or September. She wrote September and Boogie Wonderland, and so that kind of gives you a wee kind of insight of how funky the album is, and it's quite very soulful. Very groove orientated, and I just wanted to capture that that period in my life when I was listening to a lot of music, and that was very much from that era, that inspired me.
Just been looking at your very first song, Wishing I Was Lucky, with the guys. Number 6, 30 years ago.
30 years ago, huh?
April 1987, that charted.
Amazing. Amazing.
I mean...
well, there you go. You mentioned Wishing I Was Lucky, a song that was inspired by the same genre that we're talking about here. We love the music, and there's a great groove in Wishing I Was Lucky. Brilliant bass line there from Graham. Mm-hmm. A wonderful song that spoke about how we had to leave our homes to try and find work, and so not only was it a great pop song, but it was saying something lyrically, which was kind of cool.
Well, we'll hear that song in just a couple of minutes or so, and also we'll play hopefully a new song from the new album as well. All the tracks written by you. Any help at all?
Yeah. Like I said, I wrote with Ailey Willis on a couple of the songs. Grant Mitchell and Connor Reeves. Connor Reeves did most of the lyrics. So yeah, it's very much a collaboration. I've got Freddie Washington playing on bass. People will know his work. I mean, he wrote Sending Me Forget-Me-Nots. I've got Tower of Power on the horns. It's just a great funky album.
You're going to be touring as
You
well,
bet.
which we're looking at forward to. I'm just looking at the dates here.
Sure.
Nothing in the Staffordshire and Cheshire area. The closest you're getting to was Manchester, Bridgewater Hall on the 17th of March.
Lovely.
That's a nice venue.
That's a lovely venue. No, I played there a few years ago. I was doing an evening of Bill Evans songs. You know, it was like kind of jazz evening, and it's a beautiful room. So I'm really looking forward to it. I always have a good time in Manchester anyway. But you know, I can only apologise that I've not got a gig near Stoke.
Well,
but,
you're forgiven.
You know,
we got Manchester. We got Birmingham on the 25th of March. That's only just down the M6.
but it's no Stoke.
I know
need
it's
you to
not.
know
You
that.
got Llandudno. That's also kind of close-ish if you want to go to North Wales.
Well, Llandudno's a night, and that's a Saturday night. So why don't you come and spend it at the seaside?
Llandudno. I used to go on holiday in Rhyl near Llandudno.
Love Rhyl. I was in Rhyl. I started a tour last year with Wet Wet Wet, and we opened in Rhyl before we went and did all the big arenas.
Rhyl's
And I did Wally Russell's Blood Brothers there in Rhyl. It's a great place.
I used to go to Golden Sands Caravan Park with me nan.
There's a lot of caravans there, and you get good fish and chips.
There might not be very many caravans there after today's storm.
Well, you know that. Doris has been busy.
Oh, she has. My nan was named Doris as well, and she was quite windy.
Was she?
Yeah.
Did she suffer from bad flatulence?
I think she suffered from something, bless her.
I was living in a world of make-believe when my best friend Owen told me that there may be a job in the city. I was living in a world of make-believe when my best friend Owen told me that there may be a job in the city. And you never told me. He would dream about another scheme, about another sort of corner cream, about a man about a vendor's dream. He would swear by his mouth of money. He would buy the best, but never something new. And he never told me. I was thinking of the guy, and I wishing I was lucky. Wishing I was lucky. Wishing I was lucky. Like kicking in the gutter. Wishing I was lucky. Wishing I was lucky. This is the only life I know. It's all you ever do to make me wanna push on through. Cry, cry, cry. It's all I ever do. Say you wanna make me push on through. I am thinking of the guy and I'm wishing I was lucky. Wishing I was lucky. Wishing I was lucky. Like kicking in the gutter. Wishing I was lucky. I was wishing I was lucky. Living in the gutter. Wishing I was lucky. Wishing I was lucky. It's the only life I know. My best friend wrote and told me so. He said that to me, the job is the city. And I'm wishing I was lucky. Wishing I was lucky. Wishing I was lucky. Like kicking in the gutter. Wishing I was lucky. I was wishing I was lucky. Living in the gutter. Wishing I was lucky. Wishing I was lucky.
Thursday afternoon, BBC Radio Stoke, Wet, Wet, Wet. Wishing I was lucky, speaking to Marti Pellow. I can't believe that song is 30 years old. That is
play
just...
it again. Play it again.
No, you've made enough money out of that song. You have.
Fair enough. You know what? You're bang on right.
It's that song, and I can play that song over and over again. Never get sick of hearing it. And I remember buying that song on single, cycling to Replay Records in Tunstall, and I remember just buying it. It's got the silver middle, and just couldn't wait to cycle back out, and I played it to death. In fact, there's a little bit of a burn mark at the beginning, right at the beginning before your voice.
Oh, wow.
Goes to show how many times it was played.
A great wee pop song, and I was just having a wee listen in the headphones there, where you were playing it, and I can hear the youth in that track, and the enthusiasm for it. It's all over it. It's a special wee song.
It's absolutely, and you can see why with your new album, Mysterious, you've still got, like, as we mentioned, that kind of 80s vibe to it again.
Absolutely.
What we're going to expect on the tour then? Because we mentioned earlier on, just before the Traffic and Travel, you're going to be appearing as close as Stoke as possible, Bridgewater Hall, Manchester, Llandudno, that's jolly up the road really, and the Town Hall in Birmingham. People are going to buy a ticket. They're going to come and see you. What are they going to see?
Well, I think it's important that you find the balance in your show, and what I mean by that is that there'll be songs that from Wet Wet Wet. I'll be playing songs from my career. I'll be playing some new songs. I'll be playing some borrowed songs. I think it's songs that just inspire me and show you the eclectic career that I've had that spans multiples of decades, and I think that it's about cramming all the songs in that people are familiar with, and having a good evening, of entertainment, some stories and just hey, look, if you can shout loud enough and I know it, I'll probably have a shot at singing it. It's no rocket science what I do, but what I will guarantee you is a good evening, I mean, you might walk away with sore feet, and you're a wee bit hoarse from singing along, but hey, that's what it's all about.
That's exactly what it's about. They want to come and see you. They want to have fun. They want to hear the classics. They want to hear the new stuff. Yeah. And they want to see you just having an absolute ball on stage.
That's it. Hey, I enjoy it with a passion. I still love to do what I do, and I'm lucky enough to have an audience that still appreciate it too. So, you know what? Bring it on.
And they've stuck with you from your early days, and you're getting a new audience even nowadays. And some bands say, oh, yeah, I'm inspired by Wet, Wet, Wet and Marti Pellow. That must make you feel really proud.
Well, that in itself is special, because as songwriters, I'm a fan of music, and I think it's always important that when you get to meet people through this industry that you do tip their hat and let them know that, because it's so inspiring to us that people can, as a songwriter, that someone says, you know what, this record here inspired me to write this record, or this record is the record that we get married to, or this record here was a bit, my first child was born, and that is what music's all about. It weaves its way into real life, and if you can be part of that, or at least supply that to people, I think it's a wonderful thing.
You do a lot of these 80s tours as well.
No, I don't.
Don't you do those? I
No.
thought you were doing these kind of 80s specials.
No, I don't. I don't do that.
Is there a reason for that then?
Well, I don't know. I just like to think that my music and what I do isn't about yesterday or even today. It's about tomorrow. And I think as an artist it's important that you do that. And that's no disrespect to the 80s shows or whatever, but that's catering for a particular thing. That's maybe their futures in the past.
Right.
And and I think as an artist, by all means look historically at your work, but always keep an eye on the future, because that's what keeps your career fresh and you relevant as a songwriter or as an artist.
I totally agree. I think that's a great look on life. The new album, Mysterious, 10 tracks on here, and every single track, when I was listening to it, stands out as a single on its own. Can you see yourself releasing a lot of singles from this?
Well, I like for people to discover the music. Whether or not that single's a hit single or this song's a hit single, it's all about just getting off on the music. And if hit singles come as a byproduct of that, I'm in a win-win situation. But I'm already richer for just making the album, and so from that point of view, if you like me as a singer, you'll thoroughly enjoy this. It's like I say, it's a funky album.
From a funky person, because you're looking good nowadays, aren't you? You are looking
I might have shaved this morning. If that merits looking good, I say you've been too kind. You know?
Very good. The new album, Mysterious, is out on March the 10th.
Absolutely.
The tour starts in Carlisle on the 15th of March, but the Manchester gig is on the 17th of March, followed by Llandudno on the 18th and Town Hall Birmingham on the 25th of March. What's next in the pipeline? You want to look at the future. What's next for Marti Pellow?
Well, recently, I say recently, over the past few years, I've spent quite a bit of time in musical theatre, and at the moment I'm working on writing my own musical, which is based on Celtic folklore. I always looked across the pond for my inspiration when, in fact, I have so much on my own doorstep. So, it's very much in traditional Scottish music and using traditional Celtic drums and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about embracing all the good stuff that's rich in the heritage of Scotland.
So that's what you're currently working on. So how long?
That's what I'm going to be doing. Yeah.
Oh, that's what you're going to be doing. So how long do you think that's going to take to get ready and stuff?
Well, these things go through many different permutations. When you're working on different drafts, for instance, of the script, or you're writing for an individual character within the piece. So it's a real labour of love, and hopefully it'll see the light of day sometime. But I really don't want to take my eye off that project because it's something I feel passionately about.
Absolutely, that'd be amazing. I'd love to see that in years to come.
I really hope it sees the light of day.
Absolutely. Marti Pellow, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on the show this afternoon here at BBC Radio. So all the very best for the future.
Oh, thanks very much, man. It's a pleasure.
And hopefully in 30 years' time we'll be speaking to each other again.
Well, you'll probably have a virtual copy of me. I'll be like.
Marti, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
No, thank you very much.
It's new from Marti Pellow. Sound of My Breaking Heart. From the new album, Mysterious. The album's out on the 10th of March. That is an amazing album. Well, that'll do from me for today. Thank you very much. It's flown by.